Anyways, today is a little bit more of a spontaneous kind of video because I kind of, I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I still haven't really edited either of the videos that I was working on, but, no lame stuff. I haven't really started on either of the other videos I was editing on that I was working on because, for one, last week was Christmas, and it's like, well, mm, do I really want to work on Christmas? Niggas got to give me some type of leeway. And then also, like, one of my roommates, nigga hasn't been going to work, so the nigga be making noise all the damn time, which doesn't give me very much. Like, I don't like to record when the nigga's here because it's just a lot of noise being made and it kind of makes it hard to film because I don't like background noise whenever I record. But, yeah, today I just want to talk about something quick that's kind of been on my mind, and that's like kind of like what do you do when you reach the end of fashion, which I feel like I kind of have in the regards that like I have the ability to make pretty much any outfit that I want, but I don't need to buy more clothes because I already have enough clothes to the point where I can dress pretty much any way that I want to for any type of style that I want, or if I'm dressing for a certain occasion. Besides, like maybe it being cold because I don't live in a place where it gets cold very often, but um, I don't really feel like buying more clothes because I have pretty much every essential item that I need. I mean, yeah, sure, there's a few outliers. Actually, now I think about it, I went thrifting recently and I bought like a thermal, but that's low key kind of like one of those things where it's like I've always wanted like a what's the word, a waffle knit like Henley, waffle knit Henley, but I just don't go thrifting a lot, and obviously I don't want to pay for one that's like new. If that makes sense. Like I rather thrift one because it's cheaper and because I don't know, it's fucking cheaper. But yeah, like there are still certain kind of garments that I want to experiment with, and that's what I'm doing. Cause I ain't gonna lie, up until like a couple of weeks ago, I didn't own any jeans, but uh, I saw that a dude that I follow on Instagram, he was doing like a story sale, and he had this pair of like dark wash denim jeans, and they were flared too, and they were my size. So I was like, let me hop on that gym. But yeah, nah. And it was like super cheap. They were like he was selling them for like $35. And they look pretty nice to me, so I was just like, fuck it. I don't have any jeans and I'm kinda curious as I ain't gonna lie, I haven't owned a pair of jeans in like 2, 3 years. So it's like, I guess I'll see if I can like experiment with this kind of garment to see if I can find a place for it in my wardrobe now that everything is kind of completed and I don't have anything that I feel like I'm really missing. And that's just one of the things that I feel like you do whenever you are like at the end of fashion because when you get to a point where you have all the basics, you have pretty much, actually, not even pretty much, I have literally every single grail item that I want, except for maybe like the boots. The only thing that I would change about the boots is to make them like pure black because the ones that I have are like a greenish, kind of grayish color. But other than that, I literally have every single grill piece that I want. So all essentials can make pretty much any outfit I want. And I don't have any piece that I'm like on fucking Buyee or Mercari or Grailed, frantically searching every fucking day to try to find that shit. It's like I'm not just like scrolling every day, hours and hours endlessly. Man, looky, I feel like I broke out the Matrix because I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I was doing that shit, it was kind of fun, just like the thrill of the search. Like it's like hunting for prey, nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're hunting for something, but then once you get it, it's like you don't gotta hunt for it. Well, I guess technically, if we're thinking about it, and if we're thinking of the analogy to be like hunting prey, I guess you would have to do it again because if you're hunting prey, that means you're trying to get food, and food isn't like one of those things where it's like you eat once and then you don't have to eat anymore. So, but anyways, you get what I'm trying to say. Um, I have my grails. My wardrobe is nice. So I felt like I was at a state of like, well, what do I do now? And one of the things that I figured that I could start doing now that I'm at this point is I could start experimenting a little bit more. And like I said, the jeans was a way to experiment because I feel like how can I already have a wardrobe. Now I can like try to find things that I can incorporate into it that I don't already have, or things that I usually like wouldn't wear, or things that I'm just like curious about, like, can I wear this? How would I style this if I had something like this? Or it's like something where I've low key kind of been like looking for, but not really, because I've still been looking for another pair of flared pants, but these just happen to be denim jeans, so it's just like, I give them a chance, and they were cheap, so.
Paranoid in the trap, I'ma look through the blinds. You know, yeah, I'm slack, yeah, I'm a fucking slime. I done came out that day like a lion. She sound the only one, the whole line. I just get high shit, that's not crime.
Something else that I feel like people in fashion can do once they reach the sort of end is, or at least if you're like me and you're still like kind of overweight, but you still have a way like to, you could, how do I explain it? Like you have your wardrobe that works for you and all your clothes fit you, but your actual body is not necessarily where you want it to be. It's like, well, now that my wardrobe is fine, what do I do now in terms of like clothes? Work on my body to make it look better, or to not only make it look better, but so that it looks better in clothes. If you're a little bit overweight, then that means that you're kind of like cut out of a lot of options when it comes to shopping and looking for clothes. That if you were to lose a little bit more weight, or you were to like get your body in a way that's more in line with what fashion requires, I guess, or like with the standards of fashion being like a more slim body type, it'll open up so many more doors. Because even as it is now, even though I already have like a bunch of stuff that I already like in my wardrobe, there's been a lot of garments that whenever I was searching for the stuff that I have now, that I came across, I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then whenever I look at the measurements, it's like, oh, well, it's too small, so I can't get it. Like that's happened a lot of times actually, where it was like, oh man, this is so cool. I would most definitely buy this in a heartbeat, but obviously I look at the measurements and I can't fit it, so I can't buy it. So that's one thing that you could do. And also, if you start to work on your body, it changes the way that clothes can work on you, or at least it kind of changes your mindset on clothes just a little bit. And one personal example that I have is for me, um, I've been overweight for most of my life, so a lot of the times, like I just like to wear big, oversized clothes, like large jackets and um, like baggy, pretty much just like baggy stuff to hide my body and shit like that. So during that time, I would always see other people, especially after I like got into after I got a little bit more into fashion. Something that I see a lot is a lot of slim fitting outfits where like the clothes are like right up on the skin, and also like, for example, you have leather jackets that are supposed to be like second skin, where it's like it's supposed to be very form fitting and tight on your body because it's supposed to be a second skin. So I always looked at that stuff and I was like, ooh, that should look mad uncomfortable. Like who the fuck would want to wear some shit like that? And now that I've started to work on my body a little bit more and I've lost like a decent amount of weight, I've noticed that like my clothes feel a little bit better to wear, if that makes any sense. Because um obviously, whenever I became an adult, I started to lose weight. But then it wasn't until recently that I really like decided to take the like super initiative to lose more, where I was like, okay, let's try to get like the really like slim down type shit. So um with that being the case, I've been able to wear like thinner clothes, or at least the only thinner clothes that I've really been able to purchase are shirts. And now that I've lost a little bit more weight, or a decent amount more weight, I notice like my shirts feel a little bit better to wear. Like it's just more comfortable on my skin. Like it's not to the point where it's just big and oversized and baggy, where it's just like my body is here and then the clothes come out here, and it makes my body just look bigger than it really is, which I feel like is part of the reason why a lot of people used to tell me why that I look like I lost a lot of weight is because like whenever you wear big clothes, you look bigger. Unless you're just like a really skinny person, then it just looks like you're just a skinny person wearing really large clothes. But even then, it looks ill fitting on the body because it's like it can still make you look fat, even though you're not as fat as the clothes make you look. But the bagginess of the clothes just make you look bigger. So, um, with buying thinner clothes, it the clothes are like closer. Like there's less space between my skin and the fabric. That it's like it just feels better. Like I don't know. It's just hard to explain. So to go back to what I was saying before, now that I'm looking at those outfits that like thinner people usually wear, like the niggas that wear Japanese archive and stuff, I would see them wear like the super thin, like long sleeve shirts, and I'm like, ooh, that should look mad uncomfortable. That should look tight as hell. Like, how is that comfortable for super skinny niggas to wear? But Loki, I understand it now. Like, it feel I don't know, it just feel different. Like, nigga, like my shit really see fucking shit talking about. But like it just feels different. Like it's more comfortable. And also with I feel like it also has to do with the fact that my body feels lighter. So if you wear like just a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, since my body feels lighter, the shirt feels more comfortable, which I don't really understand how that makes sense, but it just does. Like I don't know. As opposed to wearing like a big hoodie that's like heavy, it's like it just feels different. So yeah.
Basically, we're trying to say that once you get the clothes situated, get your body situated, and work on yourself. Obviously, this isn't going to apply to everyone, as we all do not dress the same, and for some, this may render certain pieces unwearable. But for those of you that subscribe to the more drapey, modest, figure-hiding style of dress, consider this a path to take. Not only will it open more doors, as there will be more clothes available to you, but it will make the ones you already own look better on you, as well as make the clothes feel better on you.
And really quick, I'd like to give a shout out to Ricky Owens because lucky he kind of inspired me to want to take this route in my contentment, I guess. I don't know. To take this route, and now that I'm like kind of reached a wall when it comes to wanting to buy clothes and just fashion in general. Um, what do you say? Working out is modern couture, and working out is modern couture. No outfit is going to make you look or feel as good as having a fit body. Buy less clothing and go to the gym instead. So I low key took that shit to heart, and I was just like, you know what? You've got a point, Rick. I will go to the gym. And I mean, technically, to all the weight that I've lost hasn't been due to me going to the gym. I've just been doing cardio. But that's neither here nor there. You get the point I'm trying to make. So yeah, that's like what two different routes you can take. Is you can either start experimenting or you can work on your body. And a third thing that I feel like people can do is if there's not really any clothes that you want to buy, if you have the creative mind or you just don't or you feel like you have a decent wardrobe but you feel like there's something missing but you don't know necessarily what it is or you can't really find it, one thing that you can do is the third option is you can just start making your own clothes. Because I feel like if you have the ideas or if you really have the if you have the drive, I guess, the gumption, I don't know, if you have the motivation to want to wear like super crazy stuff, but you can't ever necessarily find exactly the if you can't find the stuff that's the right kind of crazy, I guess it would be in your best interest to learn how to make clothes. Um, because then not only is it like there's 100% guarantee that you'll find, or you're not even finding it because you're making it, but it'll fit you because you're making it. And also, it's just, I don't know, it gives a sort of like feeling whenever you make something that you actually like, which sounds kind of stupid, but it makes sense when you think about it. Because instead of if you bought like a cool like garment, you'd be like, oh, I bought this, and just showing it off to people, be like, oh, I bought this cool piece, look at it. Instead of saying, oh, I bought it, which is a little lame, I'm not gonna lie, you can instead say, oh, look at this cool piece that I made. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot cooler to just be like, oh, yeah, this is, or actually, no, no, no. Whenever niggas come up to you, or if somebody does come up to you and they're like, oh, I really like this thing that you have on, instead of being like, oh, yeah, and then they might ask you, oh, where'd you buy it from? You can, instead of saying like, oh, I got it off Grailed or I bought it off of Mercari or it's like you can say, oh, this, oh, I made this. Like, I don't know, it just, there's like a sort of like confidence that you get, like a confidence booster, because it's like not only do you get confidence from the fact that someone fucks with what you have on, but also it's like, oh, you think someone's saying like what you have on is cool, but not, they're not only saying that what you have on is cool, they're saying something that you made is cool, which makes the compliment a lot more meaningful and impactful, in my opinion. So, yeah, those are the three options that you kind of get. Or at least those are the three that I can really think of. Is you either start working on your body, you start to experiment with things that you don't really have, or things that you've like never bothered to try, or like basically like kind of stepping out of your comfort zone to wear different kinds of clothes and try new stuff with the things that you already have because you already have a solid base to work with. Or you can start making your own clothes, which to me, those are all really solid options. So, yeah, there's just a couple of things that I think that people should probably do, or maybe would do, whenever they reach the end of fashion, like I have. So, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of point to this video. If it was like random or like jumbled up, I apologize. Kind of another filler post, I'm not gonna lie. And you can really tell that this one's like super de duper filled. This one's like super de duper filler because like I didn't even bother to like move my camera to where it's like aiming this way. Because usually whenever I film I film facing this way, or no, the window's over here. So I film facing the window, and then the background is over there. But yeah. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you doing all that. Japan soon. Actually, not even soon. Like in less than a week. Hopefully I'll find a lot of clothes. I ain't gonna lie. Even though I just said that I was like working on my body and shit, I'm probably gonna gain all the weight that I lost back. Because you know what I'm saying? All that good food that they got out there, man. For such a low price, man. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough, man. But hey, man, there's more to life than clothes, guys. Never forget that. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, and thank you.
You know what it was, you know what it is. Only seeing my hand pulling cake out of me. Anything I probably say out my way with this shit. I done lived another life for these 4 nigga.
What's that really average? Yeah, my name is average. This is my first time rapping it. No, I'm still okay.